Get out the insurance cards, get out the copays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by drroto.com.
Hey there, everybody. It's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards, get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. It's time for some playoff fantasy football. I'm with my friends, Willie Walls, the Great Swame Odell blocker, and coming live from San Francisco's press box, John Danger Cole. Gentlemen, 4 games. How many blowouts this week? How many blowouts?
None.
I know one is going. I think one is going to be. I think that Ravens game is
no blowouts.
Nah, I think that Ravens game, San Francisco game is going to be interesting. But the Ravens game, I think it could be a double-digit thing in that Ravens game. I'm telling you.
Danger, how many blowouts? Any?
2 blowouts.
2 blowouts.
My Niners are stomping the Packers, and Baltimore's winning by 10 or more.
Listen, I'm the resident Baltimore expert here, Doc. We arguably have the worst coaching in the playoffs at this point. And so it's very difficult to overcome bad coaching. You got some guys who are calling great games right now. The Packers are hot. The Lions are hot. Tampa's hot. Houston's hot. You can't overcome bad coaching, I think, with a week off. And we're going to have to show something on Sunday before I'm going to believe that we can get through this next 2 rounds.
You know what overcomes bad coaching, Swami?
What's that, Danger?
Rookie quarterbacks trying to go to the Super Bowl, my friend.
He was a rookie.
Love's not a rookie, but
he was a rookie in week 1. I don't think he's a rookie anymore.
You're not playing like a rookie now. All right, let's take a look at that game. Houston's playing Baltimore Saturday at 4:30. It's a 43.5 total. Baltimore's favored by 9.5 points. That's a big number, Willie. I think this game could, if there's one game that could be a blowout, I think this is the game. Baltimore plays really well at home. Stroud is going to see a pass rush that he hasn't seen in a long time. I kind of, Andrews, I think, is expected back. Dalvin Cook is going to be out there.
Andrews is out.
Andrews is out. Okay.
I'm happy.
Right.
I'm happy for that.
What about Dalvin Cook be playing? Right? We might expect it.
He's on their roster.
Yeah. So talk to me about this game. Andrew's still on the IR. You're right. So they didn't activate him. All right. Talk to me here about this game. Give me a pathway for Houston to win.
I'm gonna give you something else to talk to one of those two about them to win, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. You talk to them, and they come to me.
Are you telling me then why Baltimore's going to win?
All right, well, I'm going to tell you why. Well, Baltimore, the last 6 games at home, 56, 37, 34, 31, 37, 38, 39 points a game. Houston gets about 20. What Baltimore does is Houston's weakness, okay? Baltimore runs pass the ball the least in the NFL, but when they play action, they are number 1 in the NFL in play action with pass attempts. And guess who's number 31 against it? Houston. Okay, so what they do defensively, Baltimore plays. They play a zone, but they play a different type of zone. They're moving around. They're going to change things. I'm just telling you, this is going to be the time. And I know it wasn't last week. And this guy has balled, but I just think Baltimore's not going to allow one receiver to beat you. They're not going to do that. Baltimore will not allow Nico Collins to beat them. Because, see, this is what Cleveland did the last game. They play stupid. They play in your face. We challenge you, man to man, and you saw what happened. But this time Baltimore gets pressure. How many sacks did Baltimore have? The number 1 sack team in the NFL was 60. Okay? I'm just telling you, this team, and I think Flowers a man of interest to me, and I love Likely is one of my favorite tight ends on the slate. Houston gets killed by tight ends. You saw what happened last week when Cleveland went for 158 yards, from the tight ends. So I just think that this is a great spot for Baltimore. I love Baltimore this game. I just don't see Houston being this game. I think they're going to beat him by at least 10 to 15 points.
Now, Swami, you're our resident Raven fan. And I know you don't ever want to project the Ravens winning by 2 touchdowns. So give me a pathway for Houston to keep this game close.
What we saw here in week 1 was Houston was able to keep the game close. Houston wasn't able to get the ball in the end zone. And for that reason, even though Baltimore was at home, they didn't have to play, I think they didn't face a lot of adversity from Houston's offense. So they didn't have that little bit of pressure that you get when you're in the playoffs against a team that I think that's a lot better than they were in week 1, against a team that takes deep shots, against a quarterback that's hot and he's playing well. And you got an offense that, I would imagine we had as many 3-and-outs as anybody. I would imagine that Lamar Magic is the only reason we probably weren't somewhere in the bottom in sacks allowed. I think that if the Ravens continue to play these, games where they're playing down to not necessarily the competition, but to the kind of the pace of the game, and then they're hoping that Lamar Magic is going to pull it out. Lamar Magic isn't coaching. That's one guy. That's the heck of a player, an MVP kind of player making plays. That's not the plays being drawn up. That's not the offense being prepared a certain type of way. And we've seen that in the playoffs. That doesn't always win. In the playoffs, coaching wins. Being prepared wins. You saw what happened to the Cowboys. You saw what happened to other teams when they're not prepared. The Eagles, they look pretty bad in there. And when you see a team that is prepared and they're playing hard and they're playing well, Houston's going to come in there again. They're going to fight their behinds off. And this game's going to be close. And if it's not for Lamar Magic, they could even sneak out of here with one. But I can't say it out loud. They'll run me out of town. I'm already getting threats over text message right now, Doc, for even taking this Houston side of this conversation. So I'm going to stop there.
Danger, give me some pivots. Give me some plays that you think make sense ownership-wise.
All right, look. Houston begins and ends with Nico Collins. If Nico's hot, they're in the game. If Nico's not, it's ball game over. I watched this team dismantle my 49ers. And then they did it with an inexperienced quarterback, switching and changing the look of the defense between every single play. Showing one thing, moving to another, rotating those 2 safeties around to make it look like one high and then dropping to cover 2. These guys are going to mess with Stroud's head, and I am out on it. I love the value pivot to Justin Hill, Doc. I've got him projected just slightly higher than Gus the Bus and $1,100 cheaper, and people are not talking about this guy. He is not on the ownership.
So let me ask you a question. Let me follow up on that. I like Justice Hill, but why activate Dalvin Cook not to play him?
Yeah, maybe, but I think Justin Hill's going to play a little bit in that passing game. I think he's really shored that up, and Justin Hill's my guy, man. 4,700. Yeah.
Doc, I agree with him. And again, Walls, I'm not sure what he's doing in that box, but your resident Raven over here is telling you Hill started week 1 with all of those guys back. Hill got a goal line touchdown. They like Hill a lot. Hill, I'm talking about in the first game, week 1, Hill was in there. I think even now you'll see that they'll play Hill a lot. I'm not sure what Cook, I'm not even sure how much, Cook is familiar with this offense. He's got a lot of to do. I think he's just active because you probably need a third running back, not because he's going to jump over Hill.
Cook was running in molasses earlier this year, Doc. I'm not in on Cook at all. I don't think he really is a factor. I think he's a safety valve in case there's an injury. My 2 favorite punt plays are in this game, and it is Justice Hill. And I'm telling you, Brevin Jordan, 2,700. If you look at him compared to any of those guys, 3,400 and below on the slate, he's got a better projection. Now it's 5-6 points, right? But
can somebody tell me why nobody has mentioned the player who's going to be the best Raven out there this weekend? Why has nobody mentioned Odell Beckham Jr.? This is his time. This is his time of year. He wakes up in the playoffs, Willie. Who do you like in this game?
Listen, Odell Beckham Jr. can pull a hammy. You never know what he's going to do. I agree he's okay, but give me Mr. Flowers. Now I'm gonna say this, and I agree. Why would you activate this guy, Mr. Cook? I think he's going to get a little run. He's going to get a little burn. Now, Justin, what y'all forgot is that the Ravens running back got hurt in his first game. And then Justin Hill got a lot of that stuff. What was the guy's name? I can't even remember his name anymore. He got hurt.
D.A. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, and Hill were all active in that game.
Yeah, I mean, but no, thank you. I mean, I don't want part of a 3-man backfield. I think we got some other guys that's going to get carries in this game, and I don't want to go with that. And I mean, like I said, the two best players for me and this team that I'm playing that I have more ownership with will be Zay Flowers and Mr. Likely against tight ends. He is underpriced. Andrews is not here. Please, gentlemen, listen to me. Get Mr. Likely in your lineup.
All right. So that's likely that we will have a lot of likely this weekend. All right. Let's get to this next game here. Green Bay and San Francisco. Dangerous 49ers, 9.5-point favorites. This game is a 50.5 spot. Now, last week, do you remember that guy was like telling us that the Packers were going to beat the Cowboys? Nobody was listening. And I said, look, the Packers, when you think remember I said, don't assume Dallas is going to win. Don't assume San Francisco is winning this game. I think they're the better team. I think they should win, but I'm not assuming anything with the Packers anymore. Swami, is this the game you're stacking because it's a 50.5-point game? Is Christian McCaffrey a must play this week?
I don't think so. Not at his price. I like him a lot, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think that Green Bay has showed us all a little something. I wouldn't just count them out either. Again, it's down to kind of how they're playing and playing well, specifically how the quarterback, they're able to run the ball. The quarterback is making plays. He's dropping dimes. They're balanced. The defense has come to play. Again, it's another game I think is going to be close. Obviously, I think the 49ers are the better team. And if McCaffrey goes out there and had the kind of game that Mostert had a couple of seasons ago in the playoffs, then I think this will probably get out of hand. But I think this game will probably be a lot closer than what people think. And the players that I like in this game, I like Jones a lot. I think he's going to be the difference maker. If he can have the kind of game that he had last week, or at least be effective, then the rest of the offense will probably go along with him. And so it's a lot to like about Green Bay, and I would absolutely take Green Bay in like I would say to have a 30 or 40% chance to win.
All right, Danger, it's your 49ers.
It's true.
Is McCaffrey a must play? Do you play Debo? Green Bay hasn't been great against the run. Dallas couldn't run. Dallas couldn't do anything last week. And if I'm San Francisco, I watched that game and I'm showing up. I'm not thinking that I'm winning. I am playing hard.
Absolutely. I think the rest is the best thing that they could have had. The Niners are banged up. That defense was taking hits left and right. A lot of times I don't like teams getting the bye. I think they come in soft against hungry teams, but I think the Niners needed this. They get Armstead back. They get a little healthy, Sittler, McCaffrey. I'm not too worried about Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones doesn't excite me, but I am worried about Love's legs. We've struggled against mobile quarterbacks, and I think if he can get free and make some plays, that's where we're going to struggle. Our cornerbacks are okay. Ward's been very good this year, but they break down on broken plays, and Love gives them that ability to make broken plays. McCaffrey's a must play, Doc. He's going to be 70% owned, and it's not enough. It should be 100%. Every metric, every simulation I see has him the most owned player in the most simulated victory lineups and GPPs. 70% is not enough. Lock him in 100%. He's the only guy on the slate that can score all 4 touchdowns for a team today. And if he gets 150 all-purpose yards, 8-9 catches, and 3 touchdowns, you have already lost your GPP before the Sunday game starts.
Willie, when I think of this game, I think it's going to be like 34-16 San Francisco. I really do. I think they're going to – not that Green Bay is bad. I just think San Francisco is going to win this game. Who do you have in this game, or is this the main game to set your lineups with?
No, it's not going to be my main game to set my lineups with. And I'm going to tell you something. You're kind of disrespecting Green Bay. Now, I'm telling you, y'all disrespecting Green Bay. This San Francisco team, I think they're going to win. but this is going to be a scrap. This is going to be a scrap. Let me give you a little Jordan Love to see how y'all disrespecting him. In his last since week 11, they're 7-2. He has 21 touchdowns and 1 interception. Mm-hmm. Okay, these kids are growing up. They made Dallas change what they do now. See, the difference is, San Francisco not idiots like Dallas is, and going to change your defense, what you were already doing, and doing the defenses, doing the things that you don't do, and then you look like a fool, a Bobo the clown. They're not going to do that. But I'm going to tell you something, but Ward is their best guy, and he's probably going to play Dobbs. But guess what? It ain't going to be Dobbs this week. It ain't going to be Dobbs. I mean, Mr. Jaden Reed didn't catch jack. He had a 0. He plays in the slot. That's what San Francisco have trouble with in the slot, those slot guys. So I'm going to tell you, Jaden Reed is in playing this game. And let me say something. When y'all disrespecting Mr. Jones has rushed 4 straight games of 100 yards. Okay? Now, I might not say that, I'm not going to be on Jones like I was last time he was locked in. But let me tell you something what San Francisco have trouble with. Screen game. Okay? They're going to have trouble with the screen game. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to get screened in this game. And he's going to be part of that screen game. So those guys can play. And then you got another thing that we are not accounting for in this game that we're not accounting for is, listen, I agree. I'm not going to be on McCaffrey like that. I'm gonna have him, but he's not a lock. Now the guy I like a lot in this game is Kittles. Kittles, the middle of the field. Mm-hmm. This is a Kittles game. This is a Kittles game. You saw what happened with Ferguson last week with 3 touchdowns in the middle of the field. And who else when they play this type of zone that they have? Debo. This is a Debo game. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the type of things that I'm looking at in this game. But man, Kittles is a man of interest. But I'm just telling you, this Green Bay team will scrap with the 49ers because the 49ers are not that deep. I'm telling you, they got a lot. The only thing I don't like about Green Bay is you don't know who the hell's going to catch the ball. They got 7 or 8 viable people that could get that rock.
Dallas's coaching was so bad last week. Luke Musgrave was open by 20 yards. San Francisco's coaching staff, Steve Wilkes, Kyle Shanahan, they are not going to make blunders. Those are blunders from Dallas last week. Blunders.
Yeah, but what was blunders, Doc, when Arizona played San Francisco a few weeks back? Do you remember that game? Did you see that game? And that's what I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you, San Francisco is playing, but they're not playing like you think they're playing. Because I saw the Ravens rolling there, and Purdy had a deer in a headlight look. Now I'm not going to say that because Purdy could have a good game this game, but what I'm telling you is Green Bay is going to scrap. That's all I'm telling you. They're going to scrap this game. They're going to scrap. They got nothing to lose. This is the team that's going to scrap. I think San Francisco is going to win it, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a scrap.
Danger in your Sims.
When you play him at quarterback.
Yep.
Danger in your Sims. Is it Purdy, McCaffrey, Debo? What do the Sims have?
The Sims, the most popular stacks, the most high-scoring but also most popular stacks are Purdy, Debo, Ayuk, Purdy, Debo, Kittle, Purdy, Ayuk, Kittle. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Nice article that will get put up either tonight or tomorrow morning that I wrote on that. So you'll be able to see that. That is the highest ones, then the Lamar stacks, then the CJ Stroud stacks. I agree with Willie on a couple things to get back to that, and then we can move on. I do believe that it is Jaden Reed's game. I think if you're playing Jaden Reed's game, if you're playing a Green Bay wide receiver, I think that donut last week is going to keep ownership off of him. And he's right. He's going to be the guy open for Green Bay. And Kittle, obviously a great play, but me, and Doc's daughter are going to play Kittle this weekend. So,
and she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. All right, let's get to this next game, which is going to be my big game of the weekend. Tampa Bay and Detroit. Detroit 6-point favorites, 49.5. Somebody I don't see how this game doesn't be a high-scoring game. I can't imagine it. Goff's at home. Amon-Ra St. Brown tore him up the last time. Tampa is good, but Detroit's secondary is bad. Mike Evans could do something this game. Laporta could do something this game. Godwin could do something this game. The only guy I don't like in this game happens to be Rachaad White, but convince me why I'm wrong about this one.
Are you saying shootout, Doc?
Shootout.
Negative. No shootout, Doc. I hate to disappoint. No shootout. Every week we have this guy sit up, and I don't know what it was. I always give Willie a hard way to go. Every now and again, the sun shines on him. The broke clock is right twice, but the large majority of the time, when I say it's no shootout, gentlemen, it's no shootout. In this game, you got to give respect to the defense. I'm also your resident expert on defense. Detroit plays a little bit of defense. Tampa plays a little bit of defense. But
they play run defense, Swami. They play run defense.
They play run defense. But let me tell you, the last time they played, they held them to 6 points. They held Mayfield about 200 yards. They held White to 26 yards. I think that's a little bit of defense. Nobody was able to get anything going. He missed Palmer a bunch of times. They had a few drops by Evans. So oftentimes, that's what it looks like in the playoffs. And if you tell me that suddenly that you would trust Mayfield and Goff to not make mistakes, to not, maybe not make a completion or throw in plus territory, there's a lot of reasons why this game is going to be close, and a lot of reasons why I think this game won't shoot out. I'm almost certain this game will be under the total. It'll likely be around. I'm going to give y'all another good total. I'm going to tell y'all 17 or 16 or like 23.
Let me write this down real quick.
I agree with Lou DeStasi. I think Swami's crazy. And Willie, the first time these teams played, Jahmyr Gibbs didn't smell the field. Craig Reynolds led the team in rushing.
And you know why? Because Montgomery got hurt. You remember that in the first half, he got hurt.
Yep.
And that's what. Listen, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Please, that last message you heard from that guy, scratch that from the conversation. Okay, let's get some things. Let's get some order back here, please. Let's get some order back here. The last 4 games against the Lions defense, passing. Okay. Let me see. Vikings 373 yards. Dallas 323 yards. Vikings 359 yards. Rams 357 yards. Okay. That Vilder and Sutton gave up 160 yards. Listen, they're terrible. Okay. Mike Evans is get back time. Get back time for Mike Evans. He dropped the touchdown pass that was right to him last week. Baker was on point. Now you got to remember, just like I told y'all the other week when y'all told me about Philly and Tampa Bay, I said you got to look where the teams are. We can't go by what happened in that first week. Look where they're trending. Baker was more healthier than he was in that game against North Carolina. And what I'm saying to you is Mike Evans is a man of interest. So is Godwin. Okay, they're a man of interest. Then you look on the Detroit side. The thing is, and this is an interesting stat. Now, Goff leads the NFL with 6 interceptions against the blitz. That's what Tampa does. So the Swami point, he's going to get bothered a little bit, but he also is number 1 against the blitz with 13 touchdowns. You saw what happened in the game, in that last game. Amon St. Brown, 15 targets, 12 catches, 124 yards. What happens to Tampa Bay? Where did they get beat? What did you see Devontae Smith do last week? Devontae Smith on that broken Philadelphia offense, 148 yards. Okay, so you also have a guy like maybe Mr. Jameis Williamson he went deep that first game and had a 47-yard touchdown pass in that game. So what I'm telling you is, I don't like playing golf, and he disappointed last week. But this is gonna be the week where he does something for 3 touchdowns. Listen, they struggle down that middle, and St. Brown is going to eat them alive. going to eat them alive. And then you're also going to include the 2 backs there. Okay, I understand it against the run, but it's a difference. We're playing that back that I had last time, and then you're getting Gibbs and you get Montgomery.
So Willie, is this your big stack of the week?
I think it's going to be even out because I think people are sleeping. They're sleeping on that. And I'm gonna give you some stuff. They're sleeping on that Kansas City Buffalo game. You know, so
they might.
But I'm going to have some stuff in this game. Absolutely, I'll have more of this than I have the San Francisco game.
The 2 worst, the 2 I said say best cornerback matchups for wide receiver points this week on paper are Mike Evans, Josh Reynolds, facing the 2 worst cornerback matchups of the week. They're going to light it up, both of them. Do you know
how many times that Goff missed Reynolds last week? He threw to him like 4 times in the red zone.
Here's the deal, Doc. Ownership projections right now, which might change by this game, right, has Robert Woods, Christian Watson, both ahead of Mike Evans in ownership. What are people thinking, man? Come on. Lock Mike Evans in. Lou DeStassi's right.
I don't believe that.
Lou DeStassi's right. If you look at this and think any wide receiver is going to get more than 1 touchdown on this slate, Mike Evans is the first name out of my mouth.
You're way off on those ownership things, by the way. Jameson Williams is going to be 34%. Josh Reynolds is going to be 35%. Mike Evans is going to be about 13%.
Yeah, that's why I said Mike Evans is way below. He's way down.
Give me a pivot in this game, Danger. Is it Josh Reynolds?
Josh Reynolds over Jameson Williams if you're looking for that cheaper play. Josh Reynolds, the better play.
Swami, give me a player in this game that you're playing, must play in this game.
Doc, I'm going to give you a player, then I got to give you a rebuttal. I like Palmer as the player that I like to
Palmer.
Yeah. And as far as the rebuttal, because, somebody here made some disparaging remarks about the Swami. So, Doc, I have to do this for the fans. Fans, go back and look at the tapes. He said this about Kansas City, Buffalo. He was wrong. Last week, they told me that Goff and the Rams were going to shoot out. I told him it was going to be a field goal game and much closer to the score. Just check it out. He was wrong. I told y'all Bengals and Chiefs. I said the Bengals had that number. He was wrong. Miami and Buffalo. He was wrong. This is just recent. And last week, when nobody else had Romeo Doubs, the Swami gave you Romeo Doubs. We can continue. I gave them the Tampa Bay stack. And I gave that multiple times. And on last week, the one claim to fame you're trying to take, when A.J. Brown was moved out, we knew the game was different, and we said that here as well. So, again, I'll stand by the last 5 times you were wrong at least.
No, I'm sorry, sir. Excuse me. You said Tampa. You said Philly, even when what's name was going to win, sir. Don't even go there with that. I gave you a reprieve on the bet we had when I saw
AJ Brown was out.
You said Philly was going to win. You said Philly.
Okay, can you talk about the 5 times you were wrong? Don't talk about
Philly. Listen, I say some stuff, but you've been wrong on a lot of stuff, sir. We all listen. We put our stuff out there. But let me tell you something.
I'm talking about the shootout.
All I got to say is this, sir. All I got to say is this. I had me a real good week last week, sir. That's all I got to say.
Not the shootouts. We're talking about just calling the game.
Bottom line is, sir, is what I'm telling you. This game is going to listen.
So
you said about the Tampa Bay game. You said about Tampa Bay game. You said you didn't like Tampa. Come on, man. I said
I didn't like
Can Tampa Bay win this game, Swami?
Yes.
Danger, can Tampa Bay win this game?
Not only can they will.
Ooh, Willie, can Tampa Bay win this game?
I think the Lions are going to win this game. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Lions are going to win this game, but it's going to be tight. But they're not going to win.
He said, "Can they win?" There you go again, not answering.
In the NFC, there's 4 quarterbacks left. How many have made the Super Bowl?
Goff.
Stafford.
Jared Goff.
Goff.
Oh, NFC. I thought he was. Yeah.
And he made it without Cooper Kupp. Remember, Cooper Kupp was out that year.
Right. I'm just
saying, Jared Goff knows how to win these games.
Those fans were such a boost for Detroit in that last game. That was a howl that I almost never heard before. So.
Let me tell you something, Willie. I sell beer for a living in the great state of Michigan, and sales are good right now. With the Wolverines and the Lions playing well, sales are good. Sales are good. Doc, to get back to the stacks, though, You asked me earlier about the simulated stacks. I told you the most popular ones. The one that pops up as the highest scoring stack of the week is below the 10th, the bottom 10 highest owned projecting stack. So people aren't looking at it. Scores the highest. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Sam Laporta.
I love that stack. I love it in more ways than I can count. That is the stack I already have on my DK lineup. I'm only playing one lineup this week. That is it. And I'm bringing it back with Mike Evans. I'm telling you that right now. Because Mike Evans is scoring 2 touchdowns.
I love that stack, Doc. Those other ones, throw that other stuff you heard before now. That's the one.
Everybody wants these Niners.
Yep.
Everybody wants to play KC in Buffalo. Those are the big stacks that are going on right now. Nobody's talking about stat. People like the pieces of this game. These players are going to be very popular as pieces. Right. I think the stacks of Goff and Baker as well are going to be severely underowned.
All right, let's go into this.
Because this game's going 60 points, Swami.
It is. All right, Kansas City against Buffalo.
And he's talking about the top of his neck.
Favorite.
Easy. Doc,
easy. What?
Doc, I'm sorry. How is he going to agree? And this rascal said the game's going to be low scoring. Shut your mouth up, sir. You are talking out the side of
Oliver said it was going to be low scoring.
I did not.
Odell said high scoring.
Yes, you did. Yes,
I
you
think something's
did.
wrong with your camera. I did not.
You said it was going to be low scoring, sir. Did you? 23 to 17 is what you said.
I have not changed that it's going to be low scoring.
No,
actually,
come on, man.
Actually, 16 was 23-16. I wrote it down.
Yeah, that's what you said. You don't remember nothing you say.
What? I'm agreeing.
You said 23-16 out of your mouth.
All right. Let's go to the Buffalo Kansas City game because Willie's going to tell some smart things. 45.5 points. I did not realize that Patrick Mahomes has not played a road playoff game in his career.
Never.
That blew my mind. Willie, talk to me. Chiefs, are they winning this game? Are the refs going to give Patrick Mahomes every call? And one thing that everybody's got to listen to, okay? Buffalo's defense plays crappy football in the fourth quarter. They do. They find a way to let teams come back. And if you let Patrick Mahomes come back, he's going to win this game. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you why I have interest in this game. Number one is, you saw what happens. Listen, they're disrespecting Mahomes big time. They really are. They disrespect him. And Buffalo has a lot of injuries. They got a middle linebacker that's going to be coming off the practice squad. That's going to be starting for them. They got a lot of injuries. So what I'm saying is, this is what I like about this game. Number one, nobody's going to play Cook. Okay? Nobody's going to play Cook. In that last game that they played, he had 58 rushing yards and he had 83 passing yards. They are short. They do not have Gabe Davis. Okay? So what they're going to do in this game, and I'm trying to tell you, that's why I like Cook as one of my favorite backs on the slate. What they're going to do this game is they're going to use Cook like a wide receiver. And see, if you look at the last 8 games, before they will start winning, they're 7-1. They had 36% design rushes. Now they go to 47%, 11% higher. They had rushing per game used to be 116. Now you have 153.5. Okay. Now if Spagnuolo deploys that defense that he used against Miami, because Miami was not familiar with the code. If he deploys that when you double the receiver, and then you double the other receiver, that little funny stuff, and then you rush 2 people, Mr. Allen will take that thing to the daggone house. They can't deploy the same stuff that they had in that game. Now, the thing that I like in this game, I like Cook and I like Shakir. The reason I like Shakir is the reason I like Shakir in this game is he ran most of his stuff out of the slot. What does Kansas City give up more than anything in it? They give up to slot receivers over 51%, one of the largest ones in the league. So I do like Shakir in this game. I do not like Diggs. Night, Mr. Diggs. He will not be in one lineup. No, sir. He got a foot problem and he got Snead. Snead he snuffs out people. He snuffed out Tyreek Hill twice. And you think if you can snuff out Tyreek Hill, he going to do Diggs. Diggs been struggling. Okay, so I would not have Diggs in this game. The people that are interested in this game to me is Josh Allen. You got, then I'm gonna talk about Kansas City. You got Josh Allen, then you got Cooks, and then you got Josh Allen, Cooks, and Shakir. Those are my interest, and then Kincaid, because they're gonna have to use Kincaid. So those are the guys that's interest me for Buffalo. Now let me go to the KC side. I'm gonna go to the KC side. Kelsey's in play. He is in play. He had a game that did. He is in play for both people. I know what you've seen, what you saw, what happened in the last game. He is definitely in play in this game. Kelsey is in play. Rashid Rice is one of my favorite receivers on the slate. And the reason why is in his last 7 games, he's averaging 21 points a game, 51 catches, averaged almost 7 and 68 targets. And he had 19 points in their first game. They are getting him the ball. But what I like about him, what Buffalo struggles against, they're gonna have him in the slot. They're gonna put him in the slot. He runs at both. They move him around. He's not an idiot. Andy Reid is gonna find ways to get him. I forget about the rest of those rascals. I ain't playing them. It's 2 people I got interest with. I can't sit in this game, and that's why I like it, because it's condensed. It's Kelsey. And like I said, he's one of my favorite. Rice, I didn't say Reed. I meant to say Rice. Rice is one of my favorite receivers. So I love these 2 in the game. And I might have a couple of lineups with Mahomes, because I'm telling you, Buffalo's banged up. And they're disrespecting Mahomes. I know he's not having looked well, but sometimes you got to project further. But if I got to play any quarterback in this game, it will be Allen in this game, because I think Allen has 29 touchdowns and 15 rushing touchdowns. That's crazy. All right.
Swami, you're talking about a game that America is going to be watching this game. The referees are going to make some big calls in this game. Do you think Buffalo gets the calls? Do you think the Chiefs get the calls? Is this a game where Kelsey steps up? Because we haven't seen Kelsey in what feels like forever.
Doc, what camera am I on?
Always 2 for you.
Camera 2, bring it in.
For both
First
necks.
of all, girls, go back to week 14 tape. And what you'll find is we had the same game. And we had a couple of us talking about how this game was going to be a shootout and how they needed to have this stack. And you had one guy dressed in fatigues, one guy fighting for you and fighting for this country, who said, not just no, but hell no. Hot garbage. Don't want any of it. Not nothing that he just said. Excuse me, Doc. I'll bring it back down. None of it's worth playing. The last 4 games he played this team, you know why they're not ranked? They don't think he's going to do anything? Because he's lost the last 4 games or not won the last 4 games against Buffalo. How about in 3 of those games, that offense has been held under 20 points. 20 points. We're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. And we're not just talking about this season, and we're not talking about what they're doing. And Mr. Kelsey, oh, by the way, fans, the game he's talking about was so wonderful for the highest price tight end on the slate. He had 6 catches for 83 yards. Guess what? I wouldn't take Walls at 7,100 or whatever that price is for 6 catches at 83 yards.
6,000.
Do. You can have it. And guess what? I wouldn't play that stack that you're talking about. Do. I wouldn't take Mr. Allen at that price in this game. This game is going to be a scrap. Go back to the week 14 team. It's going to be a scrap. If there's anybody, Doc, who's remotely interested in this game, it will be Mr. Rice and it will be Mr. Cook. I'll be very cautious about taking any stack in this game. Remember, I might not give you the plays because we can all be wrong on the plays, as Wall said. But we're not all wrong on the games being low scoring because, in fact, one of us is 100% when he says they're not going to go.
Oh, you're not 100%. You said Tampa Bay. You're not 100%. Sir, listen. You said that, but why are you going to play? Why are you playing Rice? You said the game is doo-doo.
You
just said that, sir. You talk
when
about
it's
the side
not
of your
go.
neck.
You
side of your neck.
Side of your neck.
Side of your neck. You side of your neck. You more side of your neck. Man, I'm going to call you sidewinder. Because you just go on the side this way, and you go on the side that way. Side of your neck. You are side of your neck. I ain't playing him, but you going to have Rice in there. Oh, hell no. Not even no, but hell no. Why are you playing Rice there? Don't even play it.
I don't know what he's talking about. Clearly, he's had a little bit to drink, and that's okay. He's had a good food. But just for the Just for the record, I have not changed my mind yet. I haven't changed my opinion or my prediction at any point tonight. I'm not sure what he heard or what he think he's heard, but he's got something wrong. Maybe we got bad connection.
You said this stack is bad.
I haven't. This stack is horrible. I don't like it.
So why are you gonna play Rice?
Danger. Where are the pivots going? Where are the sims going?
The pivots are away from this game, Doc.
Thank you.
The pivots are away from this game. The ownership's too high for the point output that is projected in this game. This is my game that projects the lowest scoring game in the simulation. They predict a healthy under.
Thank you, sir.
A healthy under.
That's what these predictions say. A healthy under.
Yeah. Now get mad, grumpy old man. Somebody else.
I'm on that part of this game, sir. Whoa.
All right. So Willie, let me ask you this question. People are listening right now. Who is your give me your stack? Where are you going?
If a stack from this game, first of all,
I didn't say this game. There's 4 games. Give me your best stack. Go.
Oh, if I'm gonna give you your best stack, it's gonna be golf, and it's gonna be what's his name, man? Who I talked about that dog. It's going to be golf and Ahmad. It's going to be golf and Ahmad St. Brown, and I'm going to bring it back with Mike Evans. Okay, that's going to be my stack that I like: golf and St. Brown and Evans. But then if I had another stack that I say that would be low on because of what you're saying, it will be Josh Allen. It will be Josh Allen. It will be Cook, and it will be Secure. And then and that's very low because Cook is very inexpensive and so is Secure. And then I'll bring that back with Rice. I like Rice for Kansas City because he's going to be a lock button for me in every lineup.
Swami, what are you doing? Give me your one stack out here.
If I was to take one stack, I think I would go maybe Mayfield and Evans and come back with St. Brown.
Interesting. Danger, what's your one stack?
It's not just a stack, Doc. It's a super stack. I am playing the entire Detroit Tampa Bay game. I'm playing Baker. I'm playing St. Brown. I'm playing Reynolds. I got Evans in there, and it'll either be Otten or Trey Parker to round it out. I'm playing them all of them.
So is playing San Francisco too chalky?
It's going to be chalky. I like the pieces more than the stacks.
I think the stack is too expensive.
Listen, I just think that those games, it depends on what you play and who you play. I just like my favorite quarterbacks is in this game. It's Baker and Goff. They're my favorite quarterbacks for the price of the slate. Then I will take my, Kansas City Buffalo stuff on the other end, But yeah, these are my favorite quarterbacks of the slate. These two.
All right, Danger. Give me the very tipsy, dangerous pick this week.
Oh, the tipsy, dangerous pick of the week. You got to give me just 2 seconds. You caught me by surprise.
Like you didn't know I was going to ask you this?
I didn't know you were going to ask me this.
Do you not watch the show?
Right, I do watch the show, but I was waiting for the balls to the walls.
Well, that's coming later.
Walls.
You're the guest. You're the guest host.
Man,
the special guest.
You threw me a loop here, Doc. I didn't.
Oh my God! It's like waiting for.
I wasn't ready for.
It's like waiting for Swami. Hold on, I'll get back to it.
I wasn't ready for the tipsy pick, sir. I wasn't ready. How about? You got me laughing too hard now. Josh Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds. Tipsy pick.
Outscores Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Ooh!
Wow.
Swami says what? That is ballsy.
No, first of all, I like it. At least somebody gets what it means to go balls to the wall. Because we got somebody here who's going to take Josh Allen, Danger. So
No. Ain't nobody taking that. I'm gonna tell you who's my balls. Are you ready, sir? What's yours? Get yours. Josh. Oh, by the way, sir, you're Mr. Guy you said for Tampa Bay. Guess who moved ahead of him in plays? Mr. Moore is ahead of Palmer now. Just so you know.
I don't care nothing about last
week. Anyway, who's the balls to the walls call from Willie Walls?
I got two. One is going to be Jameson Williamson. Williams. That's one. Okay. And now other one is going to be Secure. I love Secure for Buffalo.
Balls
But
to
they're
the
not-
you hear this danger. Now you see what I deal with. Balls to the wall.
What are you talking about? What are you
I
talking
give
about?
you
I'm not going to say more. None of them went out. Jameson Williams was ass. But I'm telling you, I do not like. Last week was the time that what's his name went off for Detroit. This is not his week. Jameson Williamson, you beat him deep. You beat them deep. Tampa Bay deep. They got beat deep by Devontae Smith, and I'm telling you, that's why Williamson is involved in this game.
Swami says what here?
Doc, I want to actually give you a balls to the walls call, a deep sleeper. Somebody the fans out there might not be thinking about. Not two of the chalkiest players from the week before. One of us seemed to not get
They were not chalk, man. You keep saying chalk and they're not chalk, sir. Come on. You're so side of your neck, man. Shut. Man, get on out of here.
Gotta find his mute button. This guy's gotta find his mute button. My goodness. Doc, I'm thinking this week, the guy I think has to be involved. He only played 41% of the snaps last week. I think it's going to be increased this week. He was just coming back off injury. I don't think too many people are looking at him right now. I'm talking about Christian Watson. I'm thinking that he's going to be the person that has an opportunity to emerge this week. I think I get why people want to go back to Reed based on how he's been playing and what happened last week. But I think Watson could be the unsung hero.
That's interesting. I like that one.
That's balls to the walls.
That is very
balls
ballsy.
to the walls.
I like Willie's call with Shakir. I do.
It's safe. It's nice and safe and cute.
It's not
and
safe.
warm. It's
I
warm.
I think Sam Laporta is a really good play this week. I mean, he's going to be 5% owned and Kelsey's going to be 20%. Kittle's going to be 20%. Likely's going to be, and you could slip Laporta in there. Good chance for a touchdown.
I love it. People look at
call.
that question mark next to his name, but did you watch him play last week? He had no issues.
I like Danger's call with Otten. Watch out for him.
I said Otten last week. That was my guy last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right?
Detroit
And he
was
was
not
the
good
first.
at tight ends. Yeah.
Wish I first. All right. It's time now to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. This is our last one of the
Who's your
year.
ball? Hello.
Hey, who's
yours,
your play?
sir?
What are you doing?
Me?
You ain't give us a sack. You ain't give us nothing.
I told you Laporta, and I told you my stack. I said I'm going Goff,
who's
St.
your
Brown,
ball?
Laporta, bringing it back with
Who's your-
Evans.
Your balls to the walls is all a Pro Bowl year tight end.
And
Sam
Shakir. You can't dish Shakir. You can't. He's
It's
not
not-
safe.
It's just.
Everybody's going to be playing. You know what? I'll give you one. Here's one.
There we
Dawson
go.
Knox scores.
I like Dawson Knox. Okay.
Dawson
All right,
Knox
there you go.
scores. Because
like
you know Allen loves going to his boy Dawson Knox in these real time, these games where he trusts him.
And who's your stack then, Doc?
I told
He gave it.
Goff, St. Brown, Laporta, bring it back with Evans.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
He said it.
Yeah. All right. This is it. I'm going to miss you guys. I don't know if I can get by for the next 8.5 months without this.
Man,
Have to
this
figure
It'll
out-
be plenty of text, Doc. As soon as these games start.
Danger just starts blowing it up.
As soon as these games go under, I'm sure it's going to be plenty of text.
All right, but we thank you guys out there for watching every week. We appreciate you. You know that. We will be back next year with more Friday Night Lights. For Doc, for Willie, Swami, and Danger, I'm Dr. Roto saying be well and take care.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. And until the next visit, be well and take care.